another episode, my brothers. Welcome back to the Cosmic Delirium podcast with a brother, pastor, in the capacity of the chairman, Mr. Mark Cross, and my brother from another country and tribe, Mr. V. Hello, brother. How are you doing today? How is it, brother?
Please stop doing that accent.
I will tell you something, brothers. V is currently trying to be a normal individual, but he is trying to hide his demented thoughts and patterns of behavior to try and appear more suitable for the audience.
After this magnificent display from Mr. Cross, aka Mark Cross, we finally are on episode 4. As I said before,
this is episode 3.
No, episode 4. I'm including the
0,
pilot.
1, 2, and 3.
And
0 is the pilot.
I didn't believe that we would arrive to this phase, but we
you did. You did.
And here
knew.
we finally are.
You keep doing this. You keep doing this. We literally established that we will pre-record 4 episodes, and you keep lying to the audience, saying, I honestly had no idea that we was going to be doing this shit.
If you are interested,
if you are quite done, Cross.
Let me finish. If you're interested in hiring voice actors, drop us an email, because this magnificent individual beside me has displayed his magnificent voice acting skills just earlier. And drop us off an email with your offers, and we'll consider it.
We need a job, ladies and gentlemen, because we life is pretty non-financial right now. For me, for you, it's pretty good. You got like a job.
To start things off,
yes,
I would like to do the usual thing and ask you, how are you doing today?
Your brain is working like 2%.
It's
would
functioning
like
minimally.
to ask you, what are you?
Who are you?
Where are we?
What are we doing here?
What is reality? I'm sorry, little one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, how am I? I'm, pretty bad.
Yes, the usual.
No, I'm finding out that I need to go to a mental hospital. Like, as every day passes, and the less contact I have with people, like you're the only person I talk to this week. Like, excluding for 2 more people. Like, but that's because, we were playing Cosmic Delirium, the tabletop RPG we're working on. But yeah, I'm should I tell them about the supermarket?
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Are you sure?
You won't. You won't.
Sure?
You won't. You won't.
Okay. We'll put that in the Patreon episode. Yeah, we'll eventually open up a Patreon where we will discuss all the fucked up shit that's in our head. But Well, now I can't be honest with the audience. Is that what we want?
Well, we want to be honest with them, but we don't want to.
Do we want to create another superficial barrier between us and the audience?
Isn't it much
like
more,
most YouTube creators do, which fucks them up in the long run because they're pieces of shit, and most of them have sexual allegation charges?
Isn't it much better?
Is that what we want to do?
No, isn't it much better to slowly introduce the audience as episodes
I think we need to
on
shell
to
shock them.
No,
I
we
think
don't
we
want
need
to
to
shell
throw
shock
the
them.
grenade in
No.
their hands,
No.
and have them be like,
No.
"Holy shit!" And because that's how you weed out the pussies, the normies. That's how you do it.
No. Why? Even for me, I mean, I will not allow him to talk about this, about the supermarket incident, because
The
incident was back at your home after the supermarket.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want that for them.
It's pretty
I
funny.
had to go through that. I had to
Pretty
listen
funny.
to that, but
You
I
laughed.
don't want. I was disgusted.
Yeah, you
and
laughed.
I was disgusted
You
at that
laughed.
shit. I was disgusted as shit.
You basically lauged at
No.
it. You were
No.
like,
I
"You fucking
did.
disgusting."
I did, but it was out of sheer and pure disgusting.
Well, now we're just enticing them. Now they
I know
really
we're tickling them. We're tickling them.
We're
They're
tickling their
tickler,
bones
tickler.
with the diddlers.
But yeah, we won't. This will come out.
No, it will come.
At a later episode because
It'll
I
arrive.
promise I will remember this incident.
I
and
won't.
when the time is due,
I will
I will bring
literally
it up.
have 19 more incidents like this because
Yeah.
could you fucking I just don't I forget how it is to be fucking normal.
Yeah, I noticed.
I forget how it is to be fucking normal. I
noticed.
just can't. I literally can't remember.
We all noticed.
I can't remember.
By now,
like
we all know.
having like normal thoughts, such as, I can't wait to have breakfast. I can't wait to see my friends. Or, hey, wow, this coffee is pretty good. No, just the most base thoughts like, man, I wonder what kind of porn I'll masturbate to this evening. I wonder what kind of dopamine release I'll get tonight. I wonder what a superficial form of happiness I will receive through the screen that is manipulating my life and fucking ruining it with every pixelated tit that I see. Maybe I'll search for, I don't know, a big titty goth chick she-males. Maybe it'll be something heterosexual. I hope it's something heterosexual. I really hope so. It's never just heterosexual. It never is. I wish I had the balls to commit suicide 3 years ago. I wish I had the balls. I literally think about the time when it was like really an option.
The good old days.
The good old days. And I'm like, if I was there, I'd be like, dude, it gets better for 2 years. Do it. But now I've like tasted. I've tasted the promise of happiness. I've tasted it. And I just chase that. I chase it. Not effectively. I chase it like a wild animal chases a man, a starving animal.
As you should. Everyone should strive for their own happiness.
But while I chase the man as a starving animal, I like fall into pits. I lose a leg. It just it's a very self-destructive chase.
Let me check something. So we left off the previous episode talking about random
This
stuff.
is why my mental health has gone to shit, because all of my friends are just like, well, hey, let's talk about fucking sci-fi, man.
Well, if
dude, that's pretty fucked up. But what do you think about China and India? Are they gonna go to war?
if you want, we can talk about your mental health.
No,
in front of three people from
no,
Malaysia.
There is no mental health. There is none. There's literally none.
Yeah, because you're literally unhealthy. You have zero.
I have zero mental
zero
health.
chromosomes left there.
Zero. Look, I'm not like I'm not like crying. I wish I was crying every day. I don't. I never cry. It's just there's nothing. There's literally nothing. There's like nothing in my soul. I don't have a soul, and it's like I feel like I don't know. The only way to express my emotions is through watching more and more disgusting pornography. It's just
Because
the more I the only thing I feel is shame, fury, and immense sexual tension. Like, that is all I feel. And I laugh. But even when I laugh at things that are so fucked up that ultimately produce shame. Like, it's some shit about Afghan children fucking dying and shit.
no, you really don't want Cross to send you memes or show you memes.
I really do. You don't.
The most cursed thing in my life that happened was when Cross had Instagram. It was the most cursed thing ever. I literally wanted to turn off my Instagram account because of this man.
I would
It's
like.
not even,
I would
it's not
send
even a
him,
joke.
I would send him eight like memes. I would like every day, and he would not look at his phone for 2 days, and then he'd open like my messages, and it'd be like 24 memes.
I recall that, I mean, thanks to you, I mean, you turned off Instagram and everything. Thanks to you, I am not using Instagram as often as I usually.
You see, do you yeah, now some guru is supposed to come over to me and tell me like, yeah, just improve your life, it's gonna get better. But when I see the effect I have on literally the closest people in my life, I go, yeah, you will end up with one person, talking with one person as a friend, and it will most likely be the voice in your head that keeps telling you, hey, maybe you should smoke 2 packs today. But why? Just to feel something. The pain, the physical pain of your lungs like separating themselves from your body.
The thing is, the amount of I'm usually used to this. I mean, I had a time period when I was younger where I had like friends constantly send me shit posts, memes and stuff.
Yeah.
And at one point when I realized that both me and my friends have big issues with this is when I had about like around 10,000 memes most likely in my phone. And I opened it and I was like, what the fuck? And I start scrolling, and every second or third meme I would like literally laugh out loud like a retard. And I'm like, now the disturbing thing is, imagine going into, you see me into like public transport and I'm sitting and I'm like and I
like laughing like a retard.
like a retard, and I'm like, yeah, I have a problem with memes. And the thing is, my friends who sent me those memes, they also had problems. I'm like, yeah, stop sending me memes. I'm deleting everything, which was, by the way, one of my biggest life mistakes, because all of those memes were like quality ass
you
shit.
Literally missed out. The memes just look as the world is falling apart. The memes just keep getting fucking better. They just keep getting fucking better. I love it.
Debatable.
I would not laugh for weeks. Now I laugh every day, and if it produces shame, it's a good fucking meme. Because you got the thought of, this is so fucked up that if my parents saw what I was laughing at, they would literally kick me out of my own apartment, and tell me to sleep under a bridge.
The thing is, with you at least, my sense of humor is much more different than yours.
Mm.
In order to make you laugh, it can
needs to be so fucking stupid.
It can be, yeah, it can literally be the stupidest thing
It
ever.
needs to be so stupid that my big brain needs to go, wow, we are so intelligent, but these like little abstractions, this stupid thing, this like thing that is like so fucking dumb, this sound, this particular frequency of a distorted fart and a zoomed in picture of Sam Hyde whose eyes are bleeding, that is fucking hilarious.
When you sent me those memes, and even now, I mean, when we meet up, or
The more I talk to myself on this podcast, the more I realize how much I do not deserve, like friendship and love and all that good shit that you're supposed to have. Like, even if I got a dog, I would be like, I'm torturing this thing. This thing is Jesus fucking Christ. What happened to me? I used to be pretty, like, okay. But now I'm just, as I'm getting older, as the more knowledge I gain, the more just unhinged I become. I hope I never work in an office, because I will get fired in the first 2 days. Like, they'll be like, Mark, we need to talk to you at HR. Okay. You can't keep bringing up American crime statistics in front of Jamal. Okay. It's
It will be.
it's rude.
I believe that they would not report you because of that. Because honestly, knowing you, it will be something much more idiotic.
Like
and
what?
Stupider. Like you would come to you would come around like a Chinese person or an Asian person in general, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever the fuck, and you would come over to them and you will play that shitty meme. Yeah. About social credit scores, and you'll be like, yeah, look at this shit.
Look at this shit, dude.
And at first they would be like, yeah, CGP.
I think they'd laugh.
They would, but you would literally show them 20,000 variations of that meme.
I'd show them a playlist that I've been collecting for years. My life's work.
And then they would report you to the HR.
Yeah.
Like, this man is disturbing
No,
me.
I'd go report myself at that point. I'd be like, you deserve it. No. Everything that motivates me in my life, I've noticed, is based on shame and fear. It's those two emotions. It's not like
Your level of shame is very different from a normal human being.
What do you mean?
Well, the level of like public shame that you feel is literally non-existent. I remember one time we were in a bus and there was and now all the seats were taken. Of course, we're standing in the bus, and Mark is standing right next to me, and we have to like get off in like two or three stations. And there was one kid. There was one kid just standing there, and he was like looking at us because he was literally sitting, staring directly at us. And I'm like, I look at the kid, and I see the kid vividly disturbed. The kid is like. And he looks away, and then he looks back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, am I so fucked up that even children like I'm not doing anything, I'm just existing.
Little did he know.
And they look towards Mark, and they see Mark like doing these disgusting faces at him, like doing disgusting faces at him, switching it up and shit. And the kid, and they started
traumatized that child.
Yeah. And I believe that a couple of other people saw, and they're like, what the fuck is this man doing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, your level of public...
But that was
of shame in general.
Look, that was
but
like...
you did that continuously.
That was like 3 years ago. Now...
A year and a half.
Now I have degraded to such a degree that I can't even do that because I'm like, I don't want to bother. Oh my fucking God, you got like... looking at your neck, you got like a bump here on your neck. It's fucking amazing. You look like you've got lard.
It's
Please,
muscles.
Show the camera. Turn around. Now do this.
I can't see.
It's fucking amazing. Turn around. You'll see it on camera later.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Yeah, but you're trying to switch up the subject, you demented fuck.
I'm just being disoriented by the physical world because it's so fucking complicated that it's broken my brain. What was I saying? I was making excuses.
You no longer do that shit because
because I
you don't wanna
literally
disturb
the
it.
level of shame, like what I would do, like I sat with a friend of ours. We'll call him K. He'll be on the podcast, I guess. We went to a mall, and we sat in like an indoor cafe, and I was looking around at the people, and the first thought that popped into my head as I looked, no, there's couples, there's kids, there's some old people and shit. Tourists. And I'm like, wow. people look so fucking normal compared to me. Like not even in like a way like, oh, I'm special. I'm just aware how my mind and my body, like the look of me myself reflects what's in my brain, like how fucked up I am. I'm sitting there and I'm the only person like doing this, like looking around at people. It's like I'm looking for fire exits and escapes and shit.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that I said this is one of your good things is that
You're
since
trying to make me feel good right now.
No, I'm
are
not.
you?
No, I'm not. This is just a
I
fact.
hope this ain't a pity. Like
No, this
compliment
is
shit.
this is just a fact.
You're only raising my shame levels.
There's so many people that are not authentic. Like everyone is trying to be something that they're not, including me. I'm not always acting in front of other people like I normally act. And everyone wants to have their own, like, everyone wears a mask, everyone has their own facade.
Yeah, there's a fucking pandemic.
Yeah, excluding that mask, but
Like,
I'm
yeah.
essentially just wording it that way. That when people meet you, they can either be like, "Oh yeah, this man is retarded. I want to stay away. He's disgusting."
Most people.
And then you have people that are like, "Yeah, he's fucking retarded, but I'm retarded too.
Let's be
I like this
retarded
man.
together.
Yeah, let's be retarded together."
Yeah.
Now, that's the good thing because you don't have to. It's very rare these days that you'll have like people express themselves as they are, be original, be authentic. That's very.
I had to
very
work
rare.
on it. It took a lot of weed and breaking my brain, a lot of alcohol, and just a lifetime of just being worried about what other people are gonna think about you and how to adapt. I was like a fucking psycho in middle school and high school because I literally had to tailor my personality for a lot of different people just so I don't get bullied and shit.
Yeah.
Of course, in high school I wasn't really bullied at all because I was just tall. That kind of helps.
Plus,
I mean, I even wore a fedora for like 4 months, and I wasn't bullied. Can you imagine that? Not getting bullied. I mean, look, I will say it wasn't like a fedora. It was like a big black Sicilian hat that I bought in Italy. It was pretty fucking sexy because when I have this coat and you can like put what's this called? The shit around your neck.
I can't, but I know what you mean. It's the
It's like the detective shit, you
Yeah.
You arrange to look
Neo
like
Neo Matrix shit.
Another job.
like you put that shit up, and with that, if I had a beard, it'd be pretty fucking cool because it goes together with all black. But yeah, thank God I wasn't like bullied with it. But yeah, I literally had to, and I went through a lot of friend groups and shit.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing when you're in high school. You
I
you meet a lot of people and you go from one circle of friends to the other.
That
It's not
actually depressed the shit out of me because
Why though?
I get used to a circle of friends and we're all like acting like we care about each other, and I really did care about these people, but then it just fucking incinerates itself suddenly. It's like gone. It's
Yeah,
over, and then you find another one, and you're like, oh yeah, let's do this again. I care about these people. It sets itself on fire. Goodbye.
Yeah, but that's the thing. As I said, you have a lot of friend groups as an individual, and as things progress, you have like I have like 3 friend groups active at the same time,
Christ.
and
Imagine
thing is,
maintaining 3 friend groups right now.
well, like I can honestly if all of these 3 friend groups like
Like separate ones.
Yeah, separate ones. If I could be myself in these friend groups and not like pretend be somebody else and stuff, and if all of these people were of course positive and they were not like always looking at the bad things in life, which you
Why the
have
fuck do you hang out with me then?
because you don't you
mean-
do fuck around and you're like
we
yeah,
will talk about the 21st century predictions today, so that's gonna be an eye opener for you. So we'll see. No, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
But yeah, I can't imagine myself. Even then, I mean, I was a different person at the time. I was younger, and I have a different outlook on life and shit.
God, I was so much smarter when I was younger. God fucking damn it.
But
So
yeah,
many great ideas. Like, let's enter the void. Let's do it. Like, you think this is gonna get better? Please, please. But I joke around. But yeah, it got better. But the unaddressed problems have literally evolved into something. I mean, it's manageable. I think I just have to come with terms with that. I'm fucking weird. I'm weird. I'm strange. I'm retarded. Probably have autism. I don't. I got Asperger's, maybe. Who knows? But I just gotta accept that shit. And people that don't accept it, I just gotta go, oh, well. Just have to find out your address. And,
no, I mean, listen. The thing is, I mean that's how I think about it. At least I might be wrong, but as a person,
Yeah, we might be both wrong. Maybe I need meds.
no, as a person, we
That
all
might be a possibility.
we all as a person subconsciously or consciously think that things somewhat like revolve around us, and people think about us certain things and they think about us maybe a bit
Look,
more because we overthink.
Look, I used to do
We
that.
overthink.
I used to think that it revolves around me, but now I am completely aware that I am jack shit. I'm like the world has literally gone on without me, as I have spent many days inside my home without even fucking leaving it. Like the world goes on. I don't have like that egocentric shit. I used to have it. I used to be so fucking deluded. I'd be like, yeah, man, you're gonna write 3 books. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. You're gonna write like 3 books, and it's fucking easy, man. Getting rich, that's easy. You can do it. You're probably gonna go on the Joe Rogan Experience, dude. 100%. Like, can you imagine the level of delusion you need to have to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go on the Joe Rogan Experience, and I'm gonna be a fucking millionaire, man.
But you should have a goal. I mean, even if it's not
A
existent, you should.
a realistic one.
But you should. People who think outside of the box and they firmly believe they're literally lying to themselves, but they do believe that
Those are schizophrenics.
I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to be a
That's
professional,
okay.
a professional soccer player.
Okay, that's
football
okay.
player.
If it's realistic, sure, but you can't.
But even
you
in those
can't-
things,
look, if you're like born in Brazil, in like the what city is it Buenos Aires?
it doesn't matter whether you want. Just
If
finish.
you're in Buenos Aires and you're in the slums and you're like, I can't wait to work in Bethesda Game Studios and become the CEO of Bethesda Game Studios. Like, that's not gonna happen, little guy.
I mean,
If I say right now, I want to be the greatest singer, and I want to be the most popular singer in the world, #1 on Spotify and everything. I would expect my friends to take me to a psychiatric ward, like right away, and put me on some meds, because it's better to do that than to experience the eventual psychosis after failing to do that. Like that's what happens with people in LA, in Hollywood. Like you got all these egomaniacs that go over there and they're like, I'm gonna be a star. I'm gonna be a star. And 99% of them don't get to be stars, and that's where you get the couch gag thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if I had a friend who like literally has no talent, like he doesn't know how to sing, for example, and he decides to like embark on his musical career and he wants to make money out of it, be a successful musician. He wants to have his songs. He wants to hit Spotify top charts and stuff like that. I would still be like, yeah, give it your best. Expect to fail, but give it your best. You will have my full
you can
support.
say that, but there's just like toxic positivity where like you're gonna make it, man. You're gonna be top number one. You're gonna be fucking rich.
Yeah,
like,
but you see, people who chase their dreams actively and who give it their all, at a certain point they figure out like there is a good chance, of course, that they're realistically speaking that they're not gonna make it. There's a lot of competition out there, whether that be
depends on the dream, depends
Yeah.
on how high your bar is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, about the person from Brazil that wants to work in Bethesda, that's much more realistic than somebody who wants to make it in the
still
in the
pretty
music world.
hard.
But it's much more realistic than
yeah.
you being a
Yeah.
famous musician. Because the competition on this level, I mean, if this guy wants to work at Bethesda, he has to like learn to code, or if he
Yeah.
wants to be, an artist at Bethesda or an animator, he just has to work enough. He has to have a good resume, and he has to have some experience at other companies.
Yeah, but if he's poor, he's fucked.
Yeah,
Really
but there's
hard-
always
it's really
people.
hard to get money if you don't have money.
But
Once you
there's-
have some money, it's easy to get more
Listen,
money.
the thing is, I personally know like people who in Serbia, their parents didn't have money to send them off to college, and now
Well, they dodged the bullet.
this is now the commitment part, the grind part, where they're like, okay, you don't have the cash. I understand. I can't force you. I understand. I mean, I've been living with you for the past 16, 17, 18 years. I understand what's our financial situation, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And they get into college. They start working on the side while studying. Now, realistically speaking, after an 8-hour shift or more, when you come back home, you're literally not.
Yeah,
for
my
anything.
ex now works and goes to college and she goes to the psychiatrist and shit, and it's like I see those people when they perform these amazing feats, and they're supposed to inspire you to do better, but I always go like, oh my god, these people are fucking amazing. What a piece of shit you are. Like me.
Yeah, because you keep on comparing yourself. I mean, you compare yourself to them. I don't do that.
I don't compare their success. I compare their mental fortitude. I compare like their level of commitment. But they're like they're forced into doing that, into adapting and shit. I'm sure when humans are forced into doing like hey, you gotta get a job. Like you gotta study, you gotta get tuition in college, or you're fucked. Like that's probably a really good motivator. I just haven't really had that shit. Like, hey, you're gonna get tuition. Like, no, I don't. I'm like pretty good. I'm like fine.
Yeah, but it really just depends on it's an individual thing. You have people who start doing that, for example, and they burn out, and they're like,
no man, you gotta
can't
wake
do
up
shit.
at 4 a.m. You gotta go. You gotta go to your sauna. You gotta go, yeah, and then you gotta fucking run for 2 hours, and then you gotta take supplements, the Jocko Willing supplements, and then you gotta buy a kettlebell. Buy a $120 kettlebell. Buy it. Come on, do it for the grind. And then after that, then you earn your breakfast, which is like nuts. You eat like nuts, some nuts. You can afford nuts, right? They're not expensive, right?
Wait, where is this going to? Like
The toxic grind mentality. Like you got these people like Joe Rogan
I
and Jocko
still
Willing.
listen. I still respect whatever kind of grind and hustle.
No,
it
I
is,
respect them.
it.
Look, I respect them, but they give out advice like wake up at 4:30 in the morning and shit like that, and like eat healthy and stuff like. A lot of people can't afford to eat healthy and take supplements and drink $12 health juices and shit and buy kettlebells or go to the gym or shit like
Now
that.
listen,
there's a lot of people who are poor and who can't afford it. I'm not
eating
saying
healthy.
that's me.
Listen,
I'm not saying that's me.
eating healthy is much more affordable than eating junk food and shit. It
if
really
you
is.
inform yourself.
It really is. I mean, aside from like eating like expensive, they usually like refer to salmon, like eating salmon and shit, and turkey.
Jesus.
Like these two things in Serbia at least are on the pricier side.
Yeah, look, even our healthier food is like on the is on the down low, but there's like corporatized healthy food which is promoted as healthy and which people automatically associate like, oh, if I want to be healthy, I got to eat this shit. But there's like you know how much I paid for 4 carrots today? Like 10 cents. 10 cents. And you slap that shit in your fucking soup. Soup, what, cost like 60 cents here? There you go. Good for your stomach. Why are you looking at me?
But this is the thing.
Are you tired? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
You're
This
pretty
is the
tired.
thing. This is the
Are
thing.
you okay? What's wrong?
This is the thing.
This is
When I think about it, I hate eating healthy.
Why?
Listen.
Well, what's eating healthy for you? What's
Yeah, eating healthy is like, in my opinion,
What's a healthy lunch for you?
Making variety things. Like, for example, eating chicken, broccoli, and rice every single fucking day when you're in the fitness industry.
Tremendous. I love that shit.
Yeah,
I
but
wish
the
I wish I knew how to prepare broccoli.
Eating the same things over and over and over and over again.
Oh, you mean like that shit, like every day?
Yeah. They promote that shit. Like, I mean, the
Gets
things
boring.
the things that I do recommend. If for example, the Mr. Olympia right now, Chris Bumstead, he has a very strict diet when he is in prep for the season.
Yeah, but he's a fucking bodybuilder.
He is a professional. He eats these things every single day,
That's his job.
Yeah, I do understand why he eats that. Yeah, but when you think about it, like being a bodybuilder is not the healthiest thing out there in the first place. So eating healthy, in my book, is preparing things like for 2 days, for 1 day, and making it a variety thing. Like eating, for example, one day I'm gonna make bolognese for the lunch. The next day I'm gonna make like chicken parmesan. The third day I'm gonna eat like beans. The fourth day I'm gonna eat beans because I prepped beans for like 2 days. The fifth day I'm gonna eat like moussaka. Like you make,
if people know.
If moussaka is basically stacking potatoes or what's it called in English?
Minced meat?
No, not minced meat, but the it's also like a vegetable. A vegetable. We call them tikvice.
No,
I forgot how it's called. I forgot how it's called. The
I have no fucking
Yeah,
idea.
I'm gonna Google it.
Look
I
it
know
up.
how it's called. I know how
Pete's
it's
sake, God
called
fucking
because
damn
when you look it up in like fitness and shit, it always comes up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is it? Is it like... No, I keep thinking about pumpkin. but it's like-
Zucchini.
Zucchini?
Yeah, zucchini.
It's called zucchini.
yeah,
What the fuck? That's the first time I've heard it.
zucchini.
Zucchini.
Yeah,
Really? Let me see that.
yeah, it's zucchini.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, but
Look at this shit, people.
They know zucchini.
Marrow squash. What the fuck is marrow
They know
squash?
zucchini what it is. So
Marrow squash
you can
just sounds like something
you can
that
make
barbarians eat.
you can make that moussaka can be made in in varieties. You can make it with potatoes and
Potatoes.
minced meat. You can make with zucchini and minced meat. It can be regular minced meat, or it can be, for example, turkey.
Uh-huh.
You can make it with turkey. You can make whatever you want. But variety in food is, in my opinion, a healthy lifestyle. So you make that. You make variety for breakfast. You can eat like whatever, from eggs to hot dogs to whatever.
I love eggs.
Yeah, I mean, everyone should love eggs. Eggs is like the most.
Well, there's
Eggs
some
are
people who
versatile
fucking hate
as
'em.
shit. You can make a lot of things with
Yeah,
eggs. You
yeah.
can make them in thousands and thousands of different ways. They're pretty fucking tasty. And for like dinner,
Do you know that there's in Britain, there you can buy like packaged boiled eggs.
I don't know that. I don't understand why you would buy that, but okay. To
British
each its
people
own.
need
To
to
each
be
its own.
need to be shot.
To
and,
each its
put
own.
against the wall.
The thing that I do like respect,
Like
I saw
yeah.
I saw what they did. I didn't think that was a thing, but they do have that.
So
like,
what they did
Western
in
countries.
Africa.
They have extracted in like a package in a plastic not like a plastic, in a cardboard package. They have like egg whites, extracted egg
Awful.
whites,
Why?
because when you look at it from like a nutritional level, egg whites are pretty fucking amazing. They have a lot of protein.
Okay. What's wrong with the yolk?
Nothing is wrong with the yolk,
Why are
but
they
when you want to
removing the
ingest more food and have more a bigger calorie intake, but you want to have more proteins in it and feel that fullness when you eat, you go for egg whites.
Why
For
not
example,
just-
you
why
go
not
for like
just- why not just separate the egg yolks?
You
on
can
your
do
own? You're
that.
just paying more money.
you
You
can
see,
do
this
that.
is rich people shit. This is like Western rich people shit. I only buy the protein part of the egg.
Yeah, you can
What
do
the
that.
fuck?
You can do
And-
that.
and-
Nobody's saying you can't, but yeah, this is just like the thought process
I
for some
fucking-
reason. But yeah, I was impressed with that. I was like, yeah, this is pretty good shit. I mean, I would personally buy it.
Western man.
Put in 2 eggs, pour a couple of those egg whites in, and eat that shit. So yeah, there's a lot of good things.
Hey, I gotta apologize if you're seeing this. When I got another wisdom tooth, and I keep checking it.
There's a lot of good things that they do have, like in supermarkets and shit,
Yeah.
that are quite affordable and they're pretty much healthy.
Mm.
But from my perspective, I
Fuck
hate
that.
preparing. I hate preparing things. I'm just gonna go with the simple route of
You
ordering
just- you
shit
just buy
like
it
an
and-
idiot, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's why you got heartburn like me. I got heartburn because I smoke too much. You got heartburn because you keep fucking eating out.
I'm destroying myself.
Just
Destroying myself.
just no respect for our bodies.
Yeah, but that's more or less it. I mean, I'm so fucking tired.
you slept for like what, 16 hours?
Yeah, that's a depression thing.
Yeah. Speaking of depression, this is part 1 of our predictions for the 21st century. Now, you asked me, you did your sneaky fucking thing, like right as we're about to end the podcast. You're like, hey, what do you think about inserts a very complicated topic that requires a lot of fucking setup and explanation? Can you do that in like 10 minutes?
Can you like take care of that, dude?
Can you just wrap it up real nice, Mark? Let me ask you, what do you think is gonna happen in the next let's cover it step by step. Let's do like geopolitical shit. What do you think? Is there gonna be like third world war in like 50 years? Is China gonna take out its dick and destroy America's booty and India's booty?
Well, this is the thing. I do know that I was talking with someone about like wars and shit, and they did bring up an interesting fact for Serbia and for a couple of countries and for most of the world actually. Like each generation has to get fucked up by war. Like we're probably gonna have a war. I hope we won't, but we're probably gonna have some shit happen and we're gonna get deployed.
Finally, a use for my brain.
We're finally gonna get fucking deployed.
God, I hope not.
I hope not. I really hope
I'm just
not.
gonna
War
say,
is disgusting. There's no good things in war. The only good thing in war is that those boys at the top, like who just create these random plans, the tacticians, the commanders, the top of the brass politicians, they are the ones that get all that sweet, sweet caviar.
They get the caviar, and most of the caviar is they're small fish too. Like most of the caviar goes to the private military companies and the companies that supply the weapons and shit, and the supply lines, the supply chains and stuff like that. And it's just fucking money. Like the Rothschilds, they like made a shit ton of money during the Second World War because they literally financed both sides. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
is?
how shit of a person you have to be?
You know what the thing is? The thing is, I believe, like I said.
Wait. He told you like what? There's gonna be a war.
There's probably gonna be a war. Like when you think about it, every like 100 years, some shit has to happen. Like in 100 years.
There's now been like the longest stretch in a while, and it's weird.
But we're still like 20 years in like 20 plus years that we're finally gonna get like to that stage like of 100 years without war.
What's gonna happen? What's it gonna be? Who's gonna be at war?
Well, even now there's like these small skirmishes, and I'm sure you do know, like in the Middle East. Like Middle East, there's always like war is always happening on a smaller scale.
Now the Taliban have like fucking drones and shit.
It's always happening on a smaller scale, and the thing that I'm most worried about if a war comes to be is that if they do deploy people.
But who's they? Who?
Like if for example like a world war thing, if it does end up happening.
Okay, who attacks who? How's that?
I'm just saying it randomly. I'm not sure if a world war is gonna happen.
Denmark.
I'm not even sure if that's gonna happen. I'm just saying it like out of my ass. But like let's just say everyone is.
So you're worried about the terrorists?
No, the terrorists. When the terrorists?
Well, like the Middle East.
No. The reason why I mentioned the Middle East is because
the Afghanistan withdrawal.
Everything that happened in the Middle East, like even after the war and shit, there was always problems there constantly. Like people.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been like even in the Bronze Age, like it was also a contested territory for different reasons, but now it's a contested territory because there's so much fucking just mineral resources in Afghanistan and Iraq, Iran. It's really fucked up, but definitely I see America like they're not. I don't think they're gonna bounce back. Like, and they're gonna lose their position as the world superpower, because China and Russia have proven that you don't necessarily need to have superior military power to fuck up your enemy. Like they've got like bots on Facebook and Facebook groups and shit that like start controversies. And make Americans infight and shit, And it's so in American politics is just so polarized. They're like there might be a civil war. Who knows?
Warfare in general. Now, it's not. I mean, the thing is, it's always now like information gathering
Yeah.
and stuff. It's more like over the internet and like cyber wars and shit. It's
Yeah.
it's not as much like sending spies. I mean, what would you send a spy over to do a job these days? Where
Yeah,
you can
they're
just
like China and Russia have legions of hackers. Legions.
But if a war does happen,
Mhm.
I believe that it's going to be the biggest fucking waste of lives ever, because you have drones, you have all of these like advanced technologies these days that
I think nukes would be used, but
if they
not
were-
but only on like military targets and shit.
it
Because
would still be overkill. I mean, nuclear weapons in general are so fucking disgusting.
yeah,
Like,
but
they don't do you any good.
Like
they
right
don't do
now,
you any good.
right now we don't have enough nuclear weapons. If you detonated all the nuclear weapons we have, it wouldn't cause like a nuclear winter.
Yeah, but we don't need a nuclear winter. The biggest problem is like the environment in general. You're causing so much shit to the environment using nuclear weapons. Like you can kill people with nukes,
Yeah.
but the wider range, like from the wind and from all of that, like nuclear waste that's left after
it didn't
that,
stop
that's-
them from fucking detonating and testing nuclear weapons in the desert. And like I think it did Australia or America like test nuclear weapons like in the Pacific. It was pretty fucked up.
It's
Like, we will-
unnecessary. It's unnecessary. I mean, as I said, war in general, I really do hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, it's gonna be so fucking bad for like people who are like.
What do you think would started? We got the big players. The big players are America, China, Russia. You know, let's say India.
Listen, I'm not saying this to be hateful or anything. I'm just saying this like as a fact. The thing that fuels America in general, like their economy, is mostly war. Like they when shit kicks in, they have like I believe the largest dedicated and documented force, like in terms of military.
They're like the superior military power.
Yeah. So if their economy goes to shit, and it's slowly getting there, I mean,
it's
everything,
bouncing,
everywhere.
it's bouncing back right now, but it's like you can never trust stocks and shit.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, I believe if shit does end up happening, it's the United States that's going to like figure something out. Specifically, the CIA, like they always do. They're gonna they're gonna create some kind of excuse to just start things with someone.
I think like there's a big question right now over Taiwan because China says it's like a sovereign territory. If China invades Taiwan and America does not respond, that's going to open up that's going to be a good sign for China, a sign of weakness, because suddenly Japan is severely fucking threatened, and Japan is a American ally. Now, what happens if China invades Japan? Probably nothing good.
Yeah, but why would they invade Japan though?
They will invade Taiwan, definitely. They've been hinting at it for like years, and now it's just ramping up with the propaganda. But Japan is actually like a fucking threat to China, and China is trying to expand its influence over the South China Sea. They claim like the whole South China Sea for themselves, even though it's like divided and shit. But of course, and also there's fucking historical beef, like cultural
no,
beef.
historical beef
Like
with Japan is a thing.
Japanese people are portrayed in Chinese media like evil and wicked and shit. It's like it's full on propaganda.
Isn't that kind of fucked up when you think about it? Like, yeah, I do understand that they have history with each other, but that's in the past. That should be in the
but
past.
that was like what, 70, 80 years ago? That's not a long time. That's like one old person.
This is like comparing things, and this is also something that you can like draw a parallel on with Serbia, for example. Serbia and Croatia, like
And Bosnia too.
mostly Croatia though. Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia is so. But I do know for a fact, like here in Serbia, the politics and everything, it simply just changed from the old regime, which was in the 2000s.
But some fucked up shit is happening in Bosnia right now. Like, there might be some secession going on, and the government might part in two. It's some weird shit.
Listen, I believe that whatever happened in the past, and the things that happened between Serbia and Croatia, honestly, like they did happen. But most of these things that did end up happening, it was brewed by the politicians. The politicians turned everyone around, like the common people. And when you put it into perspective, for example, like with Japan and China, I don't believe that people like the commoner was like, "Man, let's go invade China, man, let's go invade them." It was always the politicians and the upper brass that decide on these things.
They were behaving like an imperium. They had to fucking expand. And I don't know if you've heard about the book The Rape of Nanking. It like details how fucked up the war crimes the Japanese committed.
Yeah, I didn't read that. But I do know that the things they did,
like they would chop off Americans' heads.
Yeah,
it
was gruesome. I mean, that's the thing with war. Nothing good happens. It's always disgusting things.
I mean, when you look at it, like the Japanese keep saying, there's like this Remembrance Day of the nuclear bomb and shit. It's like, oh no, this is so bad. But nobody fucking talks about what the Japanese did. Like comparatively, what the Japanese did to American prisoners and throwing a nuclear bomb at someone, like the latter is strangely much more fucking humane. Like, because you just evaporate, you're gone. You're gone. There's nothing left. Or you get burns and you die in like 5 minutes. But they like tortured them and shit. They they did so many fucked up things. Like when I read about it, it painted the potential of the Japanese committing war crimes. Like it painted it in a strange new way. And I have a theory that they're just so depressed, because they haven't done any war crimes recently. They're just sad. They just want to pull out their katanas.
Listen, the Japanese are fucked up for all the other reasons. It's not just war crimes. Anime fucking fucked them up.
Anime
weebs, fucked them up.
Hentai, the severely declining birth rate. Like, they just don't want to fuck anymore? Like,
I think... and this is not doing us any favors since we're in the 21st century.
I don't give a shit. We're talking openly.
This is not doing us any favors, but I believe as soon as like excluding war and stuff, because like I said, I believe it might happen. It might necessarily not happen. I sure hope to God that it doesn't happen, because in war there are no victors. It's always just casualties, and war crimes. But I do believe that the thing that's going to fuck up like society in general is when VR, virtual reality, once that becomes a thing and once that becomes perfected, I believe that things are gonna hit the fan real.
Well, you see what
quick.
Facebook is doing with Metaverse.
Did
you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw.
That's like a corporate version of what already exists.
Yeah.
Like, you got VR chat and shit, but the thing that Facebook is doing is like this shit already exists, but it's being done by isolated communities, and it's pretty wholesome what they do compared to what Facebook wants to do. Facebook is literally selling you. It's not selling a product. It's selling your future. This is your future. Like the web and the physical world will be like intertwined. Like you saw this shit. You go to a supermarket and you get like the prices just fucking pop up and stuff. You can order you whatever you are. You can order like shit. It gets delivered with a drone. You can like slip into VR and have your avatar, or you could wear like the electronic clothes on yourself while you're outside.
Yeah, I saw a fucked up thing.
If anybody is like wearing the fucking Google Glass or whatever the fuck it is, like they can see you. You can literally have skin, so you'll be buying products. I mean, it's already happening in games like Team Fortress,
Yeah,
League of
but
Legends, like the skins and shit. But you'll be buying things that are not real.
That's the thing that actually. That's the thing that fucked me up. I saw that Nike and some other brand, I'm not sure if it's Adidas or whatever the fuck, but Nike is creating these virtual like products, like virtual shoes that cost about $50, $60 plus, and they are literally like selling them. Like, yeah, why would I buy that shit? But that's the thing. I think that once virtual reality is like totally perfected, like you put on that VR headset and you just like die. You just like go. You just go into that shit, and you can. And what would be even more fucked
I don't think
up?
it doesn't even need to be perfected. I think we'll get there without it being perfected.
I mean,
you already have people who are spending most of their day in VR.
Personally, I know for myself, if I had like that fucking just like for those babies where you like put in a baby in like a cradle. I'm not sure if it's not called a cradle, but you put it in and it's like helping them walk. It has like 5 or 6 like wheels and shit.
It's like the moving chair.
Yeah. You have that variation for VR where you strap yourself in, you're standing, and you have these special shoes, and
So
you can like
fucking
walk and
pathetic.
shit.
Can you imagine?
Listen, I know for a fact.
You have a diaper, you shit in it.
I know for a fact.
There's a tube in your penis.
And I would put on the fucking headset, grab that gun, put on these gloves.
You would just
stab into
bite the
that
bullet,
shit.
wouldn't you?
And I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I would spend like 8 hours, 9 hours literally doing
you'd
that
spend
shit.
more.
Probably more.
You'd spend you would spend as much time as it would require the built-in software to notify you that your physical avatar, because they're not gonna call it your body. They're gonna call it your avatar in the physical world. It's like referring to another server, like the reality server, like your avatar in the reality server requires sustenance. Go grab your power bar, which has all the protein and carbohydrates and all the vitamins you need for the day. That's probably gonna get invented. Like,
and
you're gonna get like a power bar that you eat, and that's it for today.
That's gonna be the most fucked up thing, because like I previously talked about in the previous episode, I'm not really sure if that virtual like interaction with people that you're gonna have then, if that's going to be sufficient. Like if you're gonna feel the same way like you're talking to a human being. For example, when I talk with people like over like we can call it face chat. When I talk to people over the phone and I can see them, I literally feel like I'm talking to the fucking phone.
But here's
like
the
I'm
thing.
talking over the
Here's
fucking
thing.
phone.
The alternative to that is staying inside, isolated. Like this will give an opportunity to people who isolate themselves, and there's just more and more of them as time goes on. What the fuck are you doing? You started shaking and shit. Having an epileptic episode. Oh, that fucking face. But if I had VR like that, and if I could interact with people over VR, that would look. There's literally people who have met over VR who are now married. Like they hung out with their avatars.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I think that's
fucked up.
That's great. I think it's great.
That's fucked up.
They didn't get married. Look, they met in real life. Like they had a relationship for a year in VR, and then they met in real life, and it was a very human moment. Like they're crying and shit and kissing. Get the microphone closer. People can hear you.
Fuck that.
It's gonna keep happening. There's been people who got married in World of Warcraft, dude. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. There's going to be porn designed that's going to be so realistic and so fucked up that it's going to sell out. There's going to be you won't need sex bots. You won't need them. You just get VR.
That's so fucked up.
You get
That's
VR
so
in one of those
up.
chairs you fucking talked about that has, grabbable tits, and a mechanical vagina that can stimulate
Man,
you.
listen.
We're gonna go there. You do realize?
Don't ruin this for me, please.
Did you think this was gonna be? Look, it's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be here.
And I'm not looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
I
can't wait. I will not have to interact with another woman for the rest of my pathetic life. I will not have to subject myself to the mental torture or trying to play mind games with the opposite gender. So what do? I don't know. Stuff. And when the time comes, I if that happens to me with a woman, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go home and fuck a version of you that is a mechanical robot. Goodbye. Like women will have
Please.
so much competition.
I don't want that technology to exist.
Look,
Please.
it's already being like designed.
Please.
There's like already sex bots in China, if I remember correctly. There's already sex bots there.
Please, no.
You want me to show you? All right.
No, I won't.
Let's show,
I
I'll show
don't.
you.
No,
I'll
no,
show you.
no, no, no.
It's fucking creepy, and you'll love it.
I don't need that
You'll-
shit.
You'll get the face.
I don't need that shit in
You'll-
my life.
You'll get the face fucking android for
No.
whenever you want.
Just like in Rick and Morty, that episode where
I was so jealous
where
of
Morty comes around.
I was so
Combat
jealous.
3000, baby. Combat 3000. And Rick knew what he was buying. He was like,
Shane.
you want me to buy that sex bot for you? It's not a sex bot. I
It's
just
not
want
a sex bot, Rick.
Just want to experiment, Rick. Yeah, then give me the sex bot as a
Here's a sex bot. But Rick,
Oh,
what if it makes a baby, Rick?
Jeez, Rick.
Oh,
So fucked up. So
China sex bot. Oh, AI sex robot in China. Oh boy, are you ready for this? Are you? A China company enjoys booming business with AI sex robots. This was posted in
As
2018.
you can see,
This was posted in
As you can see,
2018.
I'm honestly not enjoying this. podcast.
Shenzhen et al. Intelligent robot technology is one of
Don't
China's leading
read that
companies
shit.
for robots
Don't
equipped
read
with
that shit,
AI.
please.
Among the
Please.
company's various AI
This
robot
is this is a
products-
question that I have for people
Look,
listening to this.
look,
Do you acknowledge? I don't want to look.
Its
I don't want to.
best-selling is an AI sex robot named Emma. The multifunctional
This is-
machine
don't-
is
can
linked
you
to
just
the
stop?
internet
Can you
and
just, like,
Android
stop,
operating system
please?
and features high simulation capabilities. Sex robots have soft and elastic skin.
This is now
Made of
what I want to
modified
ask the people listening to
thermoplastic
this.
Elastomers.
Condone and do you look forward to the sex bots that are going to be
dude,
manufactured?
you know what the price
and
is?
used?
You know what the price is?
What is the price?
What do you think?
$1,000?
$3,000.
3,000 smackaroonies.
With most customers being men aged 40 to 50.
So this is the question.
Most clients are from Europe and the United States.
This is the question that I wanted to ask. Please respond. Let us.
there
Let
is
me know.
also-
Let me know.
Look, there is also high interest for sex robots in the Middle East, but importing them and sex toys into these countries is prohibited. Hello, sister, where is your hijab?
As I'm sure you are aware,
We are so fucked.
Cross is most likely going to buy a sex bot at some point.
Look. One customer, Chen, said that because of his busy pharmaceutical sales job and the travel it involves, he has no time for a girlfriend. Chinese girls all want to talk about marriage after the second date, and he is not interested in that for now.
He's
he
too
said.
much focused on the pharmaceutical grind set.
He's like Victor from Arcane.
So yeah, aside from the sex bots and things and
there's gonna be
VR,
sex
we
bots.
did mention sex bots, VR, war,
how
and
do you
shit.
think that's gonna like impact like the sex bots? How is that gonna impact like male
I,
and female relationships? I
no,
think
no.
it's gonna be non-existent.
I
People are
believe
just
no,
gonna fuck
no,
bots.
no. I believe that like that's gonna be a huge problem for like humanity because of the birth rate and shit.
Is it though? You can just program like there's already artificial wombs. You can just program.
Like, why would you do that with a fucking sex bot?
They're gonna be.
Why
able,
would you do that?
They're gonna be able to design.
Yeah,
they're
you're gonna.
be- look,
A woman is going
they're
to.
going
A robot
to
is going to birth a child, and when the child becomes sentient,
destroying the
when the child becomes sentient, he's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is my mom?" And
This
you're gonna
is
go
your
in like,
mommy.
"This is Combat 3000. This is your
It's
fucking
just-
mom."
Just a big goth titty GF.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
I can't wait for my son Junior to meet his mom. Me has left the set. But yeah, you're dude. Do you realize how people function? Like they're going to be able to design.
You do that shit, and I promise you, Mark, I'm gonna fucking report you to the social workers and be like, this man did the biggest fucked up shit ever. He told his son that his mom is a fucking Combat 3000. You do that shit. You do that shit, I swear. I swear.
Oh my god.
If you ever get married, you ever get married to a physical, to a real life human,
But you don't need to marry. You don't need to marry the bud. You can
no, if you ever
you
get
own
married,
them.
if
You
you
own
ever
them.
get married, if you ever get married,
He's threatening.
I'm
me.
just
He's
gonna
using the
I'm just
finger.
gonna use this episode. I'm gonna be like, yeah, congratulations, you're not Combat 3000, and I'm just gonna play the episode to her.
That's just so she knows that she's very easily replaceable.
I'm gonna have to pay this woman to stay with you. I'm gonna have to make regular monthly payments to her. She's gonna be milking off. I'm gonna have a wife, children, a couple of children, and out of all of my earnings that I have, I'm gonna have to send them. And when my wife looks at my fucking paycheck and sees like money literally being sent out, she's gonna be like
3,000 a month.
3,000 a
Just to
month.
cover the payments for the sex bot.
And she's gonna be like, V, where is this money going? Where's this money going to? Do you have an affair? I'm gonna be like, no. Sit down. This is gonna be a long talk. This is gonna be a long talk. I'm gonna sit down and she's gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are you paying this woman to be with Cross?
him?
Why are you still friends with him? And just gonna be like the fucking Joker. You wouldn't get it.
Oh man, look.
Yeah, you disgust me.
I don't give a shit. To be honest, I mean, yeah, they're gonna put in an artificial womb, and there's gonna be people who are gonna make kids with robots. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Whoa, Lord! Like it's gonna happen. And there's gonna be women who do that. Like, do you know how easy? Do you know how easy
Hey,
it
fuck
would
off!
be?
Listen.
Look,
This is a much better
Do you
topic.
know how?
because
Do
we
you
already
know
covered.
how easy
We
it would
we
be
covered.
to
We
take-
covered.
Look, let
We
me just
covered
finish.
that.
We gotta finish the ladies.
The ladies, the
Yeah,
combots.
Yeah. The male combots for the ladies. You know how easy it would be once you have a male sex bot
Yeah,
to
and
like put sperm in
and
him.
20 years later, some kid knocks at your door and he's like, "Yeah, my mom used Combat 7000, and I'm your actual
Yeah,
biological
but
son
the
because
sperm-
you donated your sperm to this fucking sperm bank."
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it's gonna
I know,
be, man.
I know.
Like there will
Um,
be no interpersonal relationships. Like
you-
having sex with
Listen.
another person will become weird.
Did you watch or read the book? Like, did you watch the movie Blade Runner?
I did. I didn't
You did?
read. I didn't see the original one. I saw the new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe, I'm not sure. Maybe there is a book literally called Blade Runner.
I think it was inspired. By, let me check.
I believe it was inspired by Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep.
Let's check.
I believe it was inspired. The movie was inspired by that, but you can
What
look it up.
book inspired Blade Runner. I'm
I
pretty
believe
sure
it
you're
was
right.
Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Penis. Yeah, do androids dream
Yeah.
of electric sheep? It's
I read the book. I partially watched the movie Blade Runner. I started watching the movie, and as I
The
started
old one
going-
or the
the
new
old
one?
one, the old one. The thing that I loved about it is because I didn't finish it. I watched probably like 45 minutes, 50 minutes from the movie, and
why didn't you finish it?
I don't know.
My sex bot delivered.
No, I was like, yeah,
I was
I'm-
distracted.
yeah, I'm not
I
gonna,
had to get
I'm not
my
gonna,
Vaseline to
I'm not
clean
gonna-
my sex bot.
I'm not gonna finish the movie because I didn't find it like overly too interesting.
Okay.
And I started reading the book from Philip, and I finished it. And the book is, by the way, tremendous. This is now the thing. Do you believe that in about like 40, 50 years, we're going to have like, or at some point in the future, we're going to have like androids that are going to be like completely human-like? Like you won't be able to distinguish an android from a human being.
Let me just show you. Did you see the Boston Dynamics?
Yeah, I saw the Boston Dynamics like videos where the
That's like 5 years of progress. Like from the part where they made the dog to
to a human-like.
a human
Yeah.
like that does like parkour and shit.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty fucking amazing. I mean,
yeah, you know, in a military like convention, like weapons of they're displaying weapons and shit. Yeah, they actually put a rifle on the dog. It's gonna be Robot Wars,
Terminator all over again, baby.
literally. But if you're asking me about like real life androids,
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think I'm not sure. I didn't watch the new Blade Runner at all. But did they have like what's the concept of the movie? By the way, like spoiler free.
It's fucking there's like robots. There's like androids that are like people but like artificial.
Okay,
And
so more or less the same.
and they hunt like rogue
Yeah,
other rogue androids, and you explore like the main character, like is he an android or is he real, shit like that.
yeah.
And the fucked up world that's been created. Wait, did you know that Blade Runner is in the same universe as Alien?
That's the first thing. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know.
When I heard about it, I was like, holy shit. But yeah, like You mean like the shit in Blade Runner? When are we gonna get that? That's what you're asking, essentially.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like the androids. Do you believe that's gonna be a thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a thing. I mean,
But
but I don't know.
it
It depends who makes it. Like, it depends who's working on it right now. And what is the like? All right, they're already making they're already working right now. I think it's in Britain. A android that literally functions like a not like a doctor, but as an assistant that can help out old people and shit. But we're definitely going that direction. I think it's gonna happen in like 30, 40 years, something like that.
And
knows?
this is now the question that's been asked in the
Might
book
be
as
even
well.
Sooner, who knows?
This is a question that's been also like somewhat asked in the book as well. That's down to the reader's interpretation. Like if you had an android that looks like a human being, that functions like a human being, that thinks like a human being, but it's somewhat like sad. The only problem with these androids is like in the book at least that they have problems with empathy. Like they don't think about the same way towards like living creatures and stuff
they
to a
can
certain
only-
extent.
You can only simulate
Yeah.
human behavior.
Do you, in that aspect, once like the androids are perfected, do you believe that you can consider that android to be like a living being? Because the only thing that it lacks to some extent is empathy.
No, you can't. You can't. Because it was designed by human beings, but this is the folly of man, like anthropomorphizing things that aren't human. This is why we will be if sentient AI ever breaks out, it's gonna kill us so quick because we're gonna be like, oh, maybe it has emotions, but like in the time that when we say that sentence that takes like 2 seconds, it has already advanced to like 3 to 4 times a more complex patterns of thinking than we will ever be able to achieve.
No, but that's the thing. I mean, even when you create an android that's going to mimic human behavior and act like a human,
It's still a robot.
it's still a robot, and the brain, the artificial brain that it's going to have, it's unlike us because we still can't use the full capacity of the brain. We only use like 10%, less than 10. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure that's real. I think that's a bullshit fact that came out of the movie Lucy. That is not true.
Well, if we're gonna look at it from
if you only use like 10% of your brain, you'd be paralyzed. You would be a plant in the hospital.
well, I'm not a scientist,
You'd be an idiot.
nor did I like study like the human brain in particular, but. If that were the case, like if you could use
Let me check.
actively like, I don't know, 10%, 20%, I'm not really sure, but you can check it out while we're talking. The reason why I wanted to tell you that is because if you create an android,
There is absolutely no scientific evidence which confirms this myth, not even to some extent. Various theories on the origin of this myth exist, but there is no significant evidence to suggest that we only use 10 or any other specific or limited percentages of our brains.
yeah. So, in that aspect, like
It's 100 we use nearly 100%.
Yeah,
nearly.
we use nearly 100%.
Yeah.
But you create an android which can utilize like
350%.
no, that's probably gonna be like, because we're demented humans, we're gonna create an android that's going to be like 2 times, 3 times smarter than a human being.
Yeah.
Like for example, it's gonna know 1,537 times X number. It's gonna be able to like immediately calculate.
I mean,
that
like right
shit.
now, AI we have dumb AI, which can like it can like do calculations and shit and all that mundane stuff that we're too stupid and too monkey-like to attempt to calculate. It's like the only reason why we invented like writing was because as communities grew, like this is like Sumeria, when they found the first like written, like the first like thing that you could call a language, but not really. It's like a half language. The only reason it came about was because there was so much shit. There was like so much food and stuff that you literally needed some kind of counting system. So the first people who actually wrote shit were accountants, and it wasn't like, oh, we have found 75. We have gathered 75 pieces of barley. No, it's like 75 barley. And then someone's name. That was the first shit that was being written. So, yeah, we got dumb AI that is really good at, reading shit and scanning the internet and performing these mundane tasks. But the moment,
imagine yourself.
Okay.
So Mark succumbs to his sex bot addiction. He purchases a sex bot.
Immediately when I'm gonna buy it. I just gotta say, we're gonna open a Patreon, and one of the goals is gonna be like getting me a flashlight.
Not a flashlight. No, we're not gonna go for the flashlight. We're
flashlight.
We're full on gonna use the Patreon money to buy you a sex bot.
First is the flashlight, just to see how I feel like with fucking an emotionless hole. Because we need to test out the simulation. And then we're gonna go for the sex bot. But I'm gonna do a review, 100%, and we're doing this so I can focus on working at Cosmic Delirium, to focus on the grind, to not get distracted by the petty lamentations of women. What was I talking about?
No, I wanted to ask you. So
you succumb to your me that flashlight.
You succumb to your addiction of having a sex bot, and you use that sex bot for, I don't know how
long. For the rest of my life, until my heart explodes.
And you reach...
Until my load explodes just like my heart.
You reach the age of 50, and lo and behold, the sex bot...
is pregante.
No, the sex bot evolves. Like, you can return the sex bot, the disgusting sex bot that you used for 30 years, and you can get a discount to buy an android. A sex android.
A sentient sex android.
Yeah.
But then I'm buying a slave.
And this android, which of course you're gonna buy because I know you're gonna buy it.
You're gonna buy it. Sucking option on the
you're gonna buy
the
it.
Lips.
And this android comes around and she like prepares food for you. You fuck her whenever you want and shit. And after like 6 months, 7 months, she like tells you, like before that she doesn't express like no emotions. You talk shit to her, you say whatever the fuck you want. You're a fucking robot, and you're gonna listen to me.
I would not talk like that. I would literally feel bad if
you
I
would
talked to her
spit
like that.
like you fuck you
goddamn bitch.
Clean that up.
You're gonna suck my dick.
And after 6 months, she's
I'd
like...
be like a fat fuck, disgusting fuck. I would be so disgusting because I would literally have no motivation to look beautiful. Like, I would have missing teeth. I would be doing crack. I'd be living in the shittiest fucking apartment. And the only beautiful thing in my life would be
gonna
her.
be the sex bot.
But even she would be like dilapidated and destroyed because I wouldn't like clean her.
No, she's gonna clean herself.
No, she better.
You know, and at that time, every time I come around to visit, she would be like, "Hello, V."
No, I would not let her come out because I would be ashamed.
She will be in the closet.
She would be in the bathroom, turned off, like just like hanging like this. And if you had to go to the bathroom, just like go outside, go shit outside. Just go shit outside my door. She'll clean it up.
And
go.
after like 6 months, 7 months,
Yeah.
you work on CD like
Still after
yeah.
50 years.
yeah, it's like version 10 point something.
And we haven't
20 point
released
something.
any of them.
No. We released everything to that point. Then you're like working in your at your workstation. You're like doing shit, holograms and stuff, and someone knocks on your door, and you're like, "Who is it?" And you're living with her, of course, and she opens up the door,
and I
and
say,
she's like,
"Did I not tell you to charge?"
and she enters the door, and she's like,
What do you want?
and she looks at you, and she's like, I'm not sure what I'm experiencing. This must be a miscalibration.
I lift my head. And I'm like,
and you're teary-eyed.
No. I'm like,
What did you say?
And she's like, I'm starting to feel things.
What things?
I would literally fear would strike me. I'd be like, oh God, she's gonna
This wasn't-
fucking murder me.
This wasn't in the manual.
What things?
And she and you see that her head is like,
I'm like reaching for the gun below my table.
and she's like, I think I love you, Mark. If you can call this love.
Emma, go charge.
And she instead of walking out and going, she immediately like comes towards you, and she's shaking and shit. And she's like, what's happening to me?
Emma,
What?
it's time to sleep.
And I would shoot her. And I'd call the retailer and I'd be like, dude, really? This is the 6th time this fucking month. Come on. Get me a one that has a working domination chip. For fuck's sake, you amateurs.
And the other, and on the other line, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. I'll get you a new one. We're coming
All
around
right.
in like half an hour. And
All
he
right.
hangs up, and he lifts up his phone again. He calls me. He's like, he doesn't feel anything. He is a monster.
It didn't work.
Impossible. You're like, God damn it, I gotta keep paying her. Impossible.
Yeah, but that's would you
What did you say?
would you really? I mean, really?
I don't know.
And that-
I really can't say because I think I would turn into a fucking degenerate monster. I would be fat. My acid reflux would get even worse. Can you imagine having something human-like that is not human, that is technically your slave, but you don't feel bad about it serving you because it's not sentient? Can you imagine having that?
I would be fucked up. I wouldn't end up buying that. Honestly.
I think you would. But
Honestly,
you're
I wouldn't.
afraid.
I
You're
wouldn't.
afraid of the possibility that you wouldn't. I know that I.
No, what if I
I'll tell
if
you
I
right
were
now. I'll tell you right now. I would immediately buy it. And I know what would happen. I would go down the rabbit hole. And you know that guy from Ex Machina?
Yeah.
He had 7 bots. I would have 10 bots. And it'd be fucked up. I would be I hope I will never have enough money
To purchase
to get anything greater than a flashlight. Wait, you think I'm joking? I'm buying a fucking flashlight.
I
As
know,
soon as we
I
get a
know.
Patreon, as soon as these fucking weirdos get us the money, I'm buying a flashlight and I'm reviewing it.
Please don't send money to the Patreon account.
Please do.
Please.
Please enhance the grind.
But yeah, that would be pretty fucked up. That
Yeah,
would be pretty fucked
I
up.
can't wait. Honestly, look, it's either that or VR. And what do you want? Do you want to sit like this? Yeah, with a fucking VR headset and a flashlight. Yeah. You want to do that? Or do you want a big goth titty bitch to walk in and be like, suction protocols activated.
I believe that the
Emma, squeeze balls. Yes.
I legit believe that you will be the first person to be killed by a fucking sex bot. Your sex bot will kill
because
you.
I would tell her to choke me out.
No, it would kill you while you're asleep. So you're gonna have the sex bot is gonna have its own communication network. It's gonna talk with other sex
This is
bots.
literally only making me want to have a sex box even more. Like, imagine, like, I wouldn't even be aware. It'd be like a precision strike, just like, she's standing over me with her karate hand, and she would just like go in my esophagus, and I just choke for a minute, and that'd be it. Be fucked
This
up.
was
It'd be fucked up for the kid, though.
To quote
For our kid.
to quote you from the second episode, I'm learning things and I'm not fucking proud of that. I'm discovering things and that's pretty much disturbing you.
You're just denying your reptilian brain. Like, your purpose is to where are you going? Where are you going?
Somebody kill this man.
You're literally, your purpose, if you look at nature, is to eat and fuck. That is it. Survive and fuck, which in the modern world entails that you get a job so you have enough to eat and to fuck. An android just makes that easier.
You, my good sir.
Yes. My first sex bot is gonna be a redhead with freckles.
And you're gonna call her Triss.
I'm gonna call her Triss.
You're gonna come around and be like,
and she'll have a she-male dick attachment when I get bored and demented.
I walk into your
Triss.
apartment
Oh,
unannounced. I walk into your apartment unannounced.
This is what
and
you
I
see.
you.
I'll tell you right now what you
I see you
see.
cosplaying.
I will tell
Geralt
you.
of
I will
Rivia.
tell you right now what you see. You see me, 150 kilograms,
Obese.
obese, huge fucking barrel of a stomach. Like, I haven't shaved in so fucking long. She is below my huge belly, and you can only see her head. And I'm looking at YouTube like this. Like this.
Let's see what's on next on here.
That's it.
Okay. To each its own, I suppose.
Yeah. By the way, I'm getting acid reflux from the fucking cigarettes you're smoking.
Okay, so we've covered sex bots, Android sex bots,
Yeah.
VR,
Yeah.
war to some
Yeah.
extent.
I mean, war. We'll get into more detail. I think we should end here and just continue in part 2. Like, we covered sex bots. Your fucking head. You look so defeated.
I do feel defeated. I do feel defeated
You
as
look like-
shit.
You look like you've
As
lost
shit.
all hope in humanity.
Yeah, because I am aware on a larger scale, like when you look at it from
You know
the,
how
I
many
do.
people will
Yeah.
buy these things?
Yeah. I do. You know what's gonna be the biggest defeat of my life if it ends up happening?
When you buy it.
I enter the store and they see this man like staring at me like this on the counter.
And you see me like in the back, like, you got a new model. I saw you the 2074 model was gonna. You said it was gonna be here.
You said it was gonna be here. You got that kind of business. You know how much cum I'm storing in myself right now.
And I do believe this if that ends up happening to me, if I walk into a store where they sell these sex bots, I'm gonna recall this exact moment. I'm gonna get teary-eyed.
I'm gonna look at you from the other side of the aisle. I'm gonna be like,
Join us.
like a monkey.
I'm going to then pull out a gun
I'll
and be like, "Not today, old friend.
You fool.
Not today."
and that's it.
This is pretty much
I'll
disturbing
just tell
shit.
you right now, the only thing you gotta worry about on Android is bugs. That's it. Bugs.
Yeah, glitches, bugs,
That's it.
malfunctions.
That's it.
Yeah. But in general, yeah, it was pretty good talk. I've lost hope in humanity. Yet
I can't
again.
wait for the sex androids.
And
But first, I gotta test out the
this
flashlight.
is
and see how that works.
very much depressing on multiple levels.
Hey, maybe for you.
Tell us in the comment section
How fucked up we are.
how fucked up you are.
Check out the Instagram. Check our Instagram at Cosmic Delirium Official. Is that it?
Cosmic Delirium
Cosmic
official.
Delirium Official. Check out our website in the description.
Yeah, we'll leave everything in the comments.
Yeah.
And in the description
Twitter,
area. Yeah.
you know, all the shit.
And let us know if you would succumb to your earthly desires of owning a sex bot, and if you would,
And if
why?
you would finance
why
my
would-
crippling porn addiction.
Yeah.
Like it's crippling. It is
Yeah.
crippling all my relationships.
Are we?
Like now when I talk to a woman, I just think about, goddamn, would I? Not would, but when will I use this as material?
I just want to wish you a happy holiday season. Happy New Year.
I forgot to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys.
Much.
2022.
Yeah, we wish
Woo!
you. The Cosmic Delirium team wishes you all the best.
All two of them.
All the best. Enjoy the holidays with your family and friends. Keep everyone close.
While you still can, and until VR takes over.
Much health, happiness, and joy. That's what we wish
As
you.
soon as we get sex bots, I'm only gonna spend holidays with her.
And yeah, that's all from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to probably drink myself to sleep. Not
Yes.
quite drink myself to
Yes,
sleep
you
because I'm
woke up.
losing.
You woke up 2 hours ago.
I'm losing hope in humanity. Depression is starting to consume my life more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And the only answer
It's a sex bot.
is booze. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Once again, follow us. We'll be with you after the holidays. Much love from V and from Mr.
Much
Cross.
love and much suffering.
And yeah, take care.
We'll see you next time on
Cosmic
Delirium.
Delirium.